Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
All right, 24-hour temperature cast wants to start us in the 50s and top us out someplace in like the middle 80s, a little on the warm side, especially in the afternoons. And, we may start to see the overnight numbers stay a little closer to 60, not just because we'll have a few clouds, we've had a few clouds, but because the air itself is going to be warming up a little bit. Some of those clouds still streaming across the sky, and I don't think today is going to be wall-to-wall gray and gloomy, but I think there may be some periods where it looks a little more gray than blue out there. We should have some sunshine at times, and I do think that's going to warm things up, and it's going to be one of those dry forecasts probably all week. So if you're looking for some rain chances, that's going to be the one thing that's really missing here. It's 55 in Tallahassee, it's 54 in Thomasville and in Valdosta. Not much of a breeze out there this morning. I think maybe a little breeze will try to perk up out of the northeast and east later on. Now temperatures span from a 61 in Dothan, Alabama to a 60 in Moultrie and a 65 in Apalachicola to a 55 in Tallahassee, 54s for Quincy, Thomasville, and Valdosta. Camilla's at 52, and Blakely usually runs a little bit cooler. Blakely's checking in at 50 this morning. If there's a breeze out there right now, it's more from the northeast, and it's generally less than 6 or 7 miles per hour. Most of the visibility numbers are up near 10 miles, except in Perry and in Cross City, where they're down below 2 miles, so a little bit of patchy fog. To the east, I see a lot of clear. To the west, I got some showers over parts of Texas and up over parts of the Midwest. Now, as those try to advance east, they're going to run into this big bubble of high pressure and get chewed up. We keep things pretty high and dry, I think, for most of this week. As that bubble of high pressure eventually moves away, we'll see if some things can change towards the end of the week. But for the beginning of the week, I don't see a lot of change today, tomorrow, Wednesday, except maybe starting to get a little warmer each day. The tropics are active. Hurricane Tammy still out there. 80-mile-per-hour sustained winds near that core as it lifts a little bit more to the north. It's likely going to hang on to that hurricane strength for a couple of days and eventually start to bend back towards Bermuda. We'll see how that all evolves. It doesn't look like the most impressive looking storm anymore. It did look pretty menacing back on Thursday and Friday. There's actually another little piece of energy down here, not too far from Central America's coast over near Nicaragua. Now that could turn into the next system if it doesn't move over land too soon and run out of time and space to do that. We're talking about a 60% chance of development there. I think it's a 0% chance that any of that makes it anywhere north where it's an issue for our forecast. So yes, there's activity in the tropics, but no, nothing that's going to impact our weather. A little breezy at times on the Gulf today. Winds out of the northeast and east like 10 to 20 and seas 1 to 3 feet. It's 50s, 60s. We'll call it partly cloudy this afternoon. I think we're going to find those daytime highs into the middle 80s. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw some 85s, 86s, even 87s. We got there yesterday. We should get there for the next couple of days. So a little bit on the warm side. Upper 50s and even some low 60s tonight. Here's that 7-day forecast. It's really a lot of the same all week long. Middle and even some upper 80s for highs. Upper and maybe some upper 50s and some lower 60s for morning lows, so maybe just a little bit warmer than we'd expect at the end of October.